Welcome to the We Are VIP podcast. Each week, your host, Casey Haston, Director of Recruiting at VIP, will bring you valuable insights from thought leaders, introduce you to incredible companies, and bring you tips for landing your dream job from our team of executive recruiters at VIP. And now, Casey Haston.
Welcome to the We Are VIP podcast, a podcast devoted to adding value to your career or candidate search, brought to you by VIP. I'm your host, Casey Haston. I'm an executive recruiter, director of recruiting with VIP, and your all-around hiring guru. And you know, it is my absolute pleasure to bring you tips and tricks, whether you're looking for a new career or whether you're a company looking to establish some better culture or to find some new tricks and tips to help you provide a better culture to your employees. That's what I'm here for each week, and that's why I talk to all these incredible people. So today on the show, I'd like to welcome Robin Alex, co-founder of HighLevel. We're going to get into that. For over a decade, Robin has helped businesses grow by supporting and strategizing their marketing efforts. His goal is to empower businesses through all-in-one sales and marketing. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
You know, I'm so excited because not only did I find this amazing app, I'm actually a user of this app. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. So tell us a little bit about your journey and the creation of this. Why did you do this for us?
Yeah, so, I've always helped small businesses ever since I was a young age, helping my family with social media, getting them online, building websites. But it wasn't until after college where I got into IT, and this was, the late 2000s. And at that point, businesses were spending lots and lots of money replacing their servers, right? They would have a closet, spend maybe $100,000 in replacing all their equipment. And at the same time, it was also the digital transformation where a lot of small businesses were redoing their website, their online branding, their presence. And while they had a lot of trust in me in building the IT side of things, they would come to me saying, hey, we got this big quote from somebody. Can you just look at it and tell us what you think? You must know technology, right?
Right.
And so I'd look at it and I'd be like, wow, they're charging a lot. Maybe I could just do it for a little bit less. And, that's when I learned about scope creep and, it takes a while to get it to the finish line. There's a lot of
scope creep?
Yeah, where it's you take on a project and they're like, well, while you're here, can you do a little bit more? We don't want to pay you, but can you do a little bit more? Can you keep pushing a little bit more on the project?
I've never heard that.
Yeah, and so it creeps up on you because you think that you have a deadline and you're trying to get it done.
Yeah.
Think about a contractor working in your house and you're like, well, you are kind of working on the cabinetry over here. Can you also fix kind of the flooring on the other side that wasn't a part of the original bid?
Gotcha.
That's what scope creep is.
Okay.
And so I learned about that, how to manage against it, just how do you deal with these sort of situations? But the biggest thing that I learned was the concept of feast and famine.
Oh, yeah. Sales, I know.
Yeah, you pick up a project, got a referral from somebody, pick it up, in the next 3 months, you have your ups and downs, and then you close it.
Yeah.
And the project is done, and then you're like, what do I do next? Where's my next project, right?
Yep.
And it just got to a point where it's not sustainable. So I ended up creating a marketing agency that would focus on lead generation.
Okay.
Because what I learned was helping businesses as close as I can to the revenue line, that would allow them to stay with me for a long-term partnership. And so what we did was, it was just me at the beginning. I would help businesses do Facebook ads, Google ads, and all those sort of things that would help them grow their interest, customers' interest into these businesses. And found immediate success, was able to grow that to a team of about 20 to 25 people around the world, and had about 200 customers at the peak. And it was going incredibly well. But the problem that I had there was, well, when you're bringing me all these customers, but you're bringing me all these leads, but they're not converting over to customers.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah. Well, and my point is, I did my job. I marketed your business, gave you a lot of interest. I don't know how to be a dentist. I don't know how to be a flower shopper or a mechanic. Yep. It's your job. And it was always this finger pointing of whose fault it is. And ultimately, small businesses look at it as, if you're not generating me dollars in my pocket, why am I spending money on you?
Yep.
So I would lose customers at the time. And I had two choices at that point. One was either helping them solve this problem, or I'd go back into sales mode. Just while I lose customers, I need to go find more customers.
Yep.
I opted to the side of, let me solve it for small businesses. So we created a lot of applications, a lot of integrations and stuff to doing automatic texting and emailing on behalf acting as if we're the business.
Yep.
Can we do it for them? Because they didn't want to do it. They didn't want to pick up the phone.
Or they might be too time starved to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I don't think it's actually time. I actually
Really?
think it's not your natural motion. It's not a muscle that you built up. If you went to school to become a dentist or a mechanic or, your profession, right? You're going to be the best at your profession, not at sales. When you start a business, you just kind of feel like, I open a business. People should be coming to the door because they want me.
Yes. Okay.
So that's why they go to a third party. They go to a marketing agency to solve it for them. And so it didn't matter how much you tell them. If you had to pick between doing something you don't like versus something you do every day and like, you're always going to go to what you like to do, right? So in solving that, we found success, but it was built by connecting a lot of different software applications and things like that. And we had a whole team dedicated to keeping this whole infrastructure working. But, I had a meeting with my team and we mapped it out on a whiteboard. What if we turned this into a software? What would it look like? And so we mapped it out and we just let it sit there for a couple of weeks, actually. And it wasn't by fate that I had a customer call me saying, hey, I have these two gentlemen. They're trying to install some new software for my business. They're asking me for login and passwords that I don't have. Can you talk to them and get them set up? And I got on the call with them, helped them get set up. And then I was like, hey, well, I have you on the phone. Can I show you this crazy idea that we have? What do you guys think about it? And I presented to them. And they gave me the most interesting response. Oh, this is pretty cool. Give us a couple of days and we'll call you back. And I thought it was one of those situations of, you don't know who's on the other line. It could be Megacorp, the biggest company in the world.
Yeah. And
they're just brushing you off, right? And they'll never call you back. And 2 days later, I'm driving to the office. It's 8 a.m. here in Dallas. And driving to the office, and I get a call from Sean Clark, one of my co-founders. Hey, dude, can you get on a call with me? I want to show you what we did. And my first response was, who is this again? What are we talking about? I'd completely forgotten about the conversation. Yeah. And he got me caught up to speed. And I was like, okay, great. I'll be there in 20 minutes. Let me get on a call with you. Get to the office, and of course, I forget about it. Yeah.
No.
I get in, hit some coffee, talking to the team. We're getting in our day-to-day routine. And then 10 o'clock rolls around. He calls me again. Hey, I thought we were getting on a call. Where are you at? And we get on a call, and it's Sean and Varun, my other two co-founders. And they had actually mocked up the application of what HighLevel is today.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, this is incredible. Can I take it and try it for one of my customers? Sample customer, let's try it out. 24 hours, immediate success. It did exactly what we needed to do. They gained so much business. They were incredibly happy. And I went back to them saying, okay, thank you. Can I go ahead and buy it for the rest of my team? I need this. This will solve all my problems. So I bought it. And then, I was just so happy that they were able to solve it to where I felt like, wow, you guys spent time for me. How can I repay the favor? So I just asked, can I sell this to other friends for you? Can I just give them access and help them get started? Because I think it'll drive you a lot of business. And from there, I just kept doing it over and over again to where, a couple of months into it, Sean and Varun were like, hey, you're really helping our business. Can we restructure the business and bring you on as a co-founder? And, we renamed it as HighLevel, made the entity and everything. And from there, 6 years later, we're at about 60,000 customers. Wow. Serving, 500,000 500,000 small businesses around the world, almost 1,000 employees.
Wow.
It's been a fun journey 6 years later, but yeah, it was bred from a simple idea and, two great individuals on the other side who just by fate, we connected and just kept the momentum going.
I don't believe it's fate because I believe in synchronicities. I believe that when you have your focus on what it is you're working on, then you're open to having that conversation. You didn't have to ask him about that.
Oh, 100%. I'm a believer in the same thing of energies just naturally align. I always talk about the stars align. You just have to let it breathe a little bit and the right things will fall in the right places.
That's exactly right. I do not believe in the push method where you're always push to make something happen. I believe in setting that intention and focusing on it, but keeping your eyes open for those opportunities to make it happen. And it usually does without much push.
And that was the fun part about it. None of it felt forced. None of it felt like I was stretching or anything. It was just yeah, of course. I mean, hey, while you're here, just genuinely asking, what do you think about this? Brush me off. I was willing to accept the brush off.
Yeah.
And, they leaned into it. And even me just trying to help sell the product and give it out to other people and get connections and things like that. It was just natural. It wasn't like I forced or felt obligated. I just genuinely wanted to do it. And even for Sean and Varun, it was just genuinely like, oh yeah, this is the opportunity to help more small businesses.
Yeah.
Of course, we got nothing else to do and we enjoy this, so let's keep going, right?
And it's so affordable.
And that was kind of our idea from the get-go. We know that small businesses don't have a lot of, share of wallet.
Yeah.
Their budget's already set for their year, right? So we wanted to make it as inexpensive as possible, and we even grew the business in that way of bootstrapping it. We had limited budgets in growing our business, and so we need to make it affordable for our customers because that's how we resonate and understand that model.
Absolutely. So let's talk a little bit. We've talked about your journey to get to HighLevel. And I always, if I call it Go HighLevel, I'm sorry, because okay. That's how it's, the website is Go HighLevel, and that's how it was originally introduced to me was Go HighLevel. But I'm like, Go HighLevel, let's go,
It's okay.
But it's a monster. It's really got some horsepower behind it because it's an all-in-one sales and marketing. So you can use it as your CRM, you can use it as your sales and funnels, all that stuff. So talk to us, tell us, how is it a one-shop stop?
Yeah, so we started out as more of a lead gen tool. So when you run Facebook ads or Google ads or you have forms on your website, we wanted to start the communication with that person who's showing interest. So at that point, it was doing automations, so texting, emailing. So when a lead comes in, it would automatically text you and email you. And then you can continue the conversation. That's where we started. But over time, people kept asking us for more features and things like that. So we just kept going. So from there, we've added funnel builders. We've added the ability to do newsletters. Monitoring your opportunities, watching the sales funnel go through from A to Z. So much so that now we're doing payments. We're getting into more operational things, right? So you can get into project management, review reputation. All in all, I'd probably say we probably have 40 different applications all into one place that you don't have to worry about anymore.
I love one of your newest features because it really set me off on a creative tangent, but your community feature.
Yeah.
And the courses.
It's huge.
That takes care of Kajabi and takes care of in those community apps, I know they can be expensive and it's all right here.
Yeah. It's the way that communities are blowing up with the way that the world is shifting is amazing. A lot of people are resistant being on Facebook to grow your community because, whether it's censoring or distraction, right? When you're on Facebook, you might be in a group for your local neighborhood, but as you're scrolling, it's telling you to go check out another group, and now you're getting off that. If you're doing it for business purpose, that's actually bad.
Yeah.
Right? And so for us, we wanted to build that same concept in communities, but you own the environment from A to Z. So from a discoverability perspective, once they discover your community, they should just live and breathe in that community and continue to use it over and over again. So that was kind of our vision and how we wanted to bring it out.
Well, I love that. We haven't actually, so we just started, this is our second attempt at implementing Go HighLevel, by the way. And it's not because of anything Go HighLevel did, because all the training's there. It's just, we had a team in place and none of us wanted to go do the training to get it set up. And so, but now we have we've brought on some people to help us with that. And it is, it's so much fun to watch it come to life as everything starts getting transferred into it. And, it starts to become like this living, breathing entity. And the community piece has not been set up yet because we're just migrating all the CRM information and all that kind of stuff right now. But I wanted to kind of go back to the marketing channels because you're talking about Facebook and all those kind of things. How important is it to have all those different channels, but do they all still feed into HighLevel?
Yeah. So as a tool, we accept every major channel that's out there.
Okay.
To answer your question though on is it important? The answer is yes, because you don't know where your customers communicate at. And instead of trying to fight the fight and saying, no, my customers don't, and I'm not going to be there, why don't you just turn it on and just, if by chance they show up, no harm, no foul.
Yeah.
So why don't you just turn them on? And you may find diamond in the rough, right? And it's surprising how many people come in from various channels that you just don't expect.
Okay. I'm just going to fess up right now. I hate Instagram.
Okay. That's fair.
And I know that I need to be on Instagram. I don't even like Facebook anymore. Like I live on LinkedIn because I'm a recruiter. I do business, right? Yeah. Well, that's one of my roles as a recruiter. And so and also I lead a networking organization. So it's natural that LinkedIn would be my space. I know I need to be on others. I've gotten chided about it so often about not having a presence on Instagram. And I'm like, no.
It's tough, right? Like we're in a world where I struggle with it every day. Is it better or worse that we have social media?
Right.
Right. Like it leads to so many bad things. But at the flip side of it, from a business perspective, you should go where your audience is at, and you should interact and join them. Right.
Yes.
And I think as a world, it's no longer about a brand for the business in itself. It's more about you. People want to understand who you are and what you're doing, and that translates to the business. And so, unfortunately, to maximize it, you do need to be on these social platforms to some extent.
I know. And, I've got several businesses that I run, which is, I just want to point out real quick, I know you've got 2 levels with Go High Level. You've got, and I'm on the most basic level for the moment, but even with the most basic level, I can set up 3 different companies.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the idea there was when you come into a software, you kind of want to take it apart, test out a few things, and then it's, somewhat what we call dirty, right? Like, you're like, I kind of messed it up. I was trying a couple things. So then we allowed you to create a second entity to the perfect model, right?
Yeah.
And then from there, we wanted to give you the ability to have a third one where it's maybe you want to turn it into a template, right? So that if you decide to sell it to other businesses or offer it to other businesses in your network, you have this master template. And you could basically say, I created my business this way. I'd love to give it to you. So here's kind of the structure, the bones behind it. I'm going to give it to you. So that was kind of the idea behind it, but it's definitely morphed into many different ways. People have multiple businesses, and they're using it in many different ways.
That is like the best nugget of this meeting. We're done. That, because I didn't use it like that at all. I actually set up separate businesses, and I actually let my business partner has another business of hers, so she's got that business under it. So we got a mismatch,
which is completely fine. Right?
Yeah.
It's definitely evolved over the past couple of years, but the original intention was, it's like this growth pattern.
Yeah.
You're going to try it out, realize that, you got to do it a different way. Then you want to have this clean business. And then from there, I'm going to take that as a template, and now I can give it to more businesses. That's really kind of the model of how we want to grow it. But like I said, people have multiple businesses. That's completely natural, and there's nothing wrong with that either.
And if you upgrade to the next level, you can have unlimited accounts.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that I was thinking about doing, don't hold me to this, I am not committing to it. I always tell my membership, let your yes be yes and your no be no. This is not a yes, this is a maybe, But one of the things I was thinking of doing, because we have, different levels of membership, and we have our partner members that come in at a higher financial, responsibility, is give them, because, we have a lot of small business owners, give them this CRM, this marketing tool, as part of their partner package.
Yeah.
And I mean, I could do that all day long.
100%. And we encourage that, right? The more businesses that we can serve one way or another, we've been able to develop the software from an economies of scale. So we've been able to monetize it. We've been profitable since the beginning. So people always have this concern of like, what if I bring in 1 million businesses? We're actually like, can you bring in 1 billion? That'd be awesome if you could.
Yeah.
But, reality is that it's not going to happen. But we've figured out a way, from a technology, we have modern technology that, data storage and things like that just don't cost as much as they used to. So we've definitely commoditized it quite a bit. And so we want every business to be on our platform.
One thing we didn't talk about was the fact that you could set up like the automatic texting, and I mean, all of this stuff. You can do your mass marketing like MailChimp used to do through emails, but now, and I know because I've checked into this, just to get that one-way text, that can be very, very expensive. And so now you've got this built into the system.
Yeah, and we try to get it as affordable as possible. There's a lot of regulation around it, and so there's always these carrier taxes and stuff, but we are one of the most inexpensive that's out there. And we allow you to send to as many people as you can, as long as it's within reason. We don't want you to be a spammer and hurt your reputation and stuff. But yeah, we have customers that send out thousands of text messages a day, and the fun part about it, it's not one way, it's two way. So you send out a blast, maybe your local business saying, hey, are you interested in any of our April specials? Right? And then people will respond back saying yes, and you can have a conversation with them. You do that once a month. Just think about
you could do it live.
Yeah.
But what if you don't answer them when they answer back?
So this is the fun part. We have AI in the software, so you can actually program it to start learning about your business and responding on its behalf.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that's really interesting that you said that, because I thought it was one way.
Yeah.
I did not know it was two way.
Yeah, it's two way.
And so we can answer live or with AI.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And the interesting thing, the other system that I was using before, it was twice as much as what I'm paying for the CRM a month.
Well, I'm glad we're able to save you money.
No kidding. This is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, we've been working incredibly hard on it, and I think the way that people have resonated with it, and we've seen the stories of how people have grown their business. It's incredible to watch.
I can tell you already, I know this is going to be a game changer for us. So the company that I'm implementing this on first is the networking organization that I was telling you about that's been around for, 36 years. And let me tell you, when you have worked with a company that's been around 36 years, you got to make some changes.
It's something hard to change as well, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's stuck in their ways.
Yes.
And they like the way that it's been working for 36 years.
It was just like, this is taking a long time, And already, just for one person's role for what they do each month, we've already eliminated 80% of what they did through the automation with Go High Level.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so you need my testimony.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's scary for that individual at the same time.
No, he wants so bad for it to all go away.
Got it. Well, hey, that's even better.
Yeah, no, he's super happy about it. So let's learn a little bit more about you. So you graduated from Texas A&M with your bachelor's. Did you have a major focus area or just your bachelor's of science?
It was a bachelor of science in technology management.
Sorry, my hair is all in my face.
Oh, you're look great.
We're real here.
Yeah. No, it's been so long. Technology management, and then I'm minored in business.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've always been in technology one way or another, and I definitely enjoyed the business side of it.
Okay, so how did you get into the sales, though?
That just naturally happened, and I've never considered myself a salesperson. It was just more in the sense of, if you're just honest, you're trying to sell a service or a product, just tell them what it is, and if they like it, they'll tell you, and if not, it's just move on. So,
You're not the hardcore sales.
I don't even know what hardcore sales is, right? I'm just like anybody
You're
else.
You're genuine.
Yeah, well, I mean, if I see a problem, I'm quick to point it out.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you a solution. I'm not a person to just point out problems and walk away. It's I like to provide solutions as well. So I'll tell you the solution, and if you're interested and you lean into it, we can talk more about it. And if not, I don't want to waste your time, and I don't want to waste my time, so we'll just move on.
I was very surprised when we were introduced. Brian Galkey introduced us, right? I love Brian. Just saw him yesterday, as a matter of fact. But I was very surprised how open you were, because I'm thinking, Brian's like, you've been talking about this Go High Level. I know the co-founder. Do you want to meet him? I'm like, yeah. And he was like, because I want to meet everybody. I want everybody to be my best friend, right? And I was talking to him, but I was really surprised how you were so open to the conversation and so generous with your time. And then you're being generous again by being here today to talk even more about it. And you're just such a real guy.
Oh, well, I appreciate it. I don't even know what to say. Thank you.
Have you read the book, The Go-Giver?
I have not.
You might want to put that on your list.
Okay.
Because I think you're a go-giver.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check it out for sure.
Yeah. All right. So what is your number one marketing tip for companies? What would you say you got to do this?
One is make sure that you enable text messaging. Just how many businesses, the new generation that's coming up, whether you're millennial or Gen Z, you don't like talking on phones. Mm-hmm. I would rather text with a business. And you also get to control the time and length of that conversation.
This is true.
Right? Everyone is busy, but you can always text.
Yep.
Right? You can be in a meeting if you try to call a plumber, guess what? You got to get out of the meeting and figure it out. But if you text, you can kind of coordinate and still keep the conversation going. So for businesses that haven't done that, turn that on somehow, some way. Doesn't matter if it's high level, just get texting somehow. And then the other piece is doing simple stuff like missed call text back. So what that is you can hook it up with high level, of course.
Of course, because it does everything.
When somebody calls your business, very high chance that no one's going to answer.
Yep.
You're busy, you're out in the field, or maybe the receptionist has 5 other calls going on. Well, when somebody doesn't answer, missed call, you can send an automatic text to that person saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry we missed your call. How can I help you?" Because as humans today, you go to Google and you're looking for the business, and you're just clicking the first person. You call them, you're trying to get a hold of somebody, or you're texting them, they're not answering. Well, if you don't respond, they're going to go to the second person and the third person. And what you're trying to do is do a pattern interrupt. If I can stop you from calling the second person, I get a better chance of winning your business back, even though I'm not there at the front door.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, so that's,
I love pattern interrupts.
Yeah, so that's a basic one that I'd really recommend a lot of small businesses get into. The other one is putting a chat widget on your website. You're surprised how many people would just love going.
Can we do that with high level?
Of course. Yeah.
Of course we can.
Yeah, and you can tie it in with AI. Ooh. Yeah, so now you don't even have to be there to respond.
I want that.
Yeah, and what we've actually done is a couple different variations. Some people are still anti-AI, or you just don't trust it, right? No one knows your business better than you.
That's right. But you can teach AI an awful lot.
Yeah, but there's a little bit of fear there, which is completely fine. So what we did is we put a little chat widget on the website, and it feels like a chat widget. You click it, you put your name, your email, your phone number, and your message. And then when you hit submit, it basically says someone will text you back shortly.
Oh.
So now it sends that message to the business owner. And guess what? We give you the ability to have it on you can have HighLevel on your mobile phone. Now you can communicate with that person wherever you are. So
I will not be that person that gets that message.
yeah. Well, everyone has. You'd probably be more with the AI side of it. Let the AI handle it, and you'll be good, right? But we have something for everybody, and everyone likes the different methods. And really, we just want to make sure that we're the right tool for whatever style that you're going for.
I love this so much. Now, if I find something you don't have, can I make recommendations?
Of course. One of the things that we have is ideas.gohighlevel.com.
Oh, okay.
We are community driven. So you can go in, drop in ideas, and it's a voting system. So we try to democratize it as much as possible so that customers, when they see a problem, there's some people who are just super creative and it's like this one-off situation. We don't always want to build those features because we're not building for just you, unfortunately.
Right.
We're trying to build it for something that's going to be making every business successful. And you can actually see the votes that come up, and people put comments on like, oh, this is great. The reason I need this is for this, this, and this. And we actually have our product teams who scan it every single week and reach out to people who put these ideas up, trying to learn more of the why. A lot of other companies have similar, idea boards, but they just kind of use it as like, look, you're always going to ask me for stuff. Go over there and leave me alone.
Yeah.
For us, that's actually how we develop and how we build our application. And the fun part about it is we don't have to predict the future. Our customers just tell us what they want.
You're customer driven.
That's all it is.
So I was going to ask you what we can expect from HighLevel in the next 5 years, but maybe I need to take a poll.
Yeah,
talk to your customers.
Yeah, and everyone will tell us. I mean, the biggest one that we're really excited about is ad buying. So within the software, we want to basically give you the ability to pick what kind of business that you are. You hit start, and it will send out the Google ads, the Facebook ads, all of that for you, because it's really challenging for a lot of businesses.
Yeah.
And so we just want to make it all in one place. And then when someone responds to those ads, it's going to go into the system, send out text messaging, and get you through the whole flow, all the way to paying or booking an appointment.
I am so excited about this. We actually, at our meeting yesterday, so we meet the third Wednesday of every month at Success North Dallas, which is where we're implementing this. And our marketing director wanted us to, we're starting a series of videos that we're going to send out. So like when you sign up as a new member, you get the welcome to the new membership. And so it's going to be me talking, but I was like, I don't want it to just be me, because you don't get the sense of community when it's just me. Yeah. And so yesterday at our meeting with everybody there, we all turned around and looked at the cameras and we said, welcome to your Success North Dallas family.
Oh, that's incredible.
So it'll be me, and then at the very end, it'll be everybody. So that's going to be our first video to go out.
That personalization goes so far.
Yes.
Right? And I think, I think you're doing a great job in trying to make sure that you present it that way.
I am having so much more fun with this now that somebody else is doing it.
There you go.
It's just not my lane.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. And that's why we're continuously trying to make sure that it gets easier and easier. Because as we're growing, there's a lot of people very similar with your background where it's like, I know I need this, but I don't know how to set it up.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're trying to make it like where it's one click, go.
Yeah, and you guys are doing a great job, and I just love that. I know you use HighLevel because from the moment I signed up, I knew I was in a funnel, and it was step by step by step. Have you done this training? Have you set your call up? Have you done this? Have you done this? And it was good reminders to go do that so that I could be successful with the system, because you've got your people there to help every step of the way.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, customer support is a big thing for us, customer success, making sure that you get to using the application, because we want you to grow your business one way or another. So
I do have a question. So let's say my hypothetical maybe situation that I talked about earlier, that, I give, the one CRM to my partner members. Would they still have access to your support?
No, unfortunately they wouldn't, because we don't know exactly what you're offering them, and we don't understand their business. We will understand your business to help you, and we'll support you. But this is one of the big aspects of our product is it's white labeled.
Yeah.
It's about your business. So like if you call it the Success CRM, they don't need to know that HighLevel exists. It's all about the Success CRM.
Right.
So you're our customer, so we're going to help you, and then you have the ability to support them. Now, we do have third-party contractors, third-party consulting companies where their whole job is being this support system for you, for your customers. So that is in our whole ecosystem is available.
I did not know that. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. All right. So is there anything else about High Level that you want to share before we get to our VIP questions?
No, first off, thank you for having me here.
You're so welcome.
If anyone's interested, go highlevel.com. Feel free to reach out to me. I'm an easy person to get access of.
You are very easy. I'm shocked. You don't, co-founders, especially in growth mode, aren't usually as open and genuine and authentic as you are. And I can tell you love what you've created and you're just very passionate about it. So
thank you. Yeah, no, if anyone's interested, feel free to shoot me an email, robin@gohighlevel.com. It's easy as that. Yeah.
It's so easy. Yeah. Okay, so VIP questions. Now we're gonna have some fun here for a minute. So if you were chosen to be one of the first colonists on Mars, what 3 things or people would you take with you?
It's a good question. I think first thing, I wouldn't bring any technology because it's not going to work there.
Okay.
But I'd probably bring some seeds to grow food. Probably bring some sort of audio device with pre-recorded audio. Now I said no technology, but nothing like that can connect. But right. I need music to keep me sane.
Gotcha.
And I'd probably bring I don't know if I can bring a family as a whole, but my family, if I could just
you're just gonna bring all of them.
Yeah.
It's a group. It's one.
Yeah,
it's my family.
This is one for me, But
all right, I'll let it slide.
Yeah, as long as we're all together, we're good.
Absolutely. Yeah. So what is one thing you do each morning to set your day up for success so that you're smiling like this all day long?
My latest kick that I've been on for almost a year and a half now is waking up at 5 a.m., hitting the gym, and getting at least an hour in, and then hitting the sauna.
Oh, saunas. Do you do the cold plunges too?
I don't do the cold plunge. I can't do that. I've done it once or twice, and it's not my thing. But 20 to 30 minutes.
Saunas are good for you.
Yeah, so I've been enjoying that, and then getting home, and then starting my day, taking the kids to school, being on conference calls, and just talking to customers as much as I can.
Very good, very good. So if your life's work was being summarized in a news article, what would the headline be?
That's a good one. I don't know exactly, but it would be something more in the sense of, providing impact to small businesses and just being the person that people call when they have a problem.
You love those small businesses, don't you?
I do,
It's the bootstrappers.
Yeah, the bootstrappers, you can actually see when you help somebody with a small business versus, you can help a mega corp. We're in a high tower, you're looking at these big towers. If you help them, are you really helping move the needle for their business? No, you're just doing a small little something for them. But when you help a small business, you're helping their community, you're helping their family.
Like me.
Yeah, and you actually see that impact, and I think that's what lights me up.
I love that. All right, so you've already shared with how they get in touch with you and all that kind of stuff. So I just have one last thing to say to you.
All right.
You are a VIP.
Thank you.
And that's a wrap for today. Join us next week here on the We Are VIP podcast. We'd love to know how we can help you be a VIP. To find out more, log on to wearevip.com.